For years, the English had oppressed the Irish people. Weary of being slaves and servants, the Irish people started to revolt. Local Irishmen, wanting their own republic, supported groups such as Sinn Féin, which fought for a Republic of Ireland. And in 1919, a full revolution started, led by the eire. After 2 years of bloodshed, the English decided that they couldn't defeat the eire and introduced a treaty. But instead of giving total freedom, the Irish still answered to the English crown, and Ulster, the northern 6 counties of Ireland, was designated as part of England, starting a civil war among the Irish and a conflict that continues today. The conflict between the Irish and the English may start after the fall of the Roman Empire. The English were thoroughly weakened and vulnerable. The Irish took this opportunity to pillage their towns. But this was not long lasted, and the Irish found themselves fighting a new enemy. The Viking invaders came down and attacked the coast, destroying monasteries and killing monks. The Vikings took much of the treasures of the Irish, though they left the manuscripts being illiterate. The Vikings were unchallenged until one hero, Brian Boru, became king of Ireland and fought the Vikings with much ferocity. His death came at a battle that would be one of the last against the Vikings. The Vikings may have left, but their weapons and ideas would stay to change the Irish culture. Normans from England invaded Ireland and overwhelmed the Celtic Irish. There was barely any land still held by the Irish, and the English took in Ireland as their own. For 700 years, the Irish were ordered by the English king as servants and slaves. All revolts were put down until the 1900s. After a failed attempt at home rule, some radical Irishmen, hoping to wrest Ireland from Great Britain, infiltrated the post office on O'Connell Street in Dublin and held the city from the British Army. Unfortunately, the rest of Ireland did not act as well, and the leaders of the revolt were arrested and shot. The British had hoped that this would stop the Irish from further rioting. Eamon de Valera, one of the leaders of the uprising, was fortunate enough not to get shot because of the accident of being born in New York, and he helped stir the Irish Revolution. The IRA, Irish Republican Army, led a guerrilla war against the English in 1919. The IRA would kill various people that had strong links with England, or infiltrate police offices and steal weapons. Many wanted to join and had to swear oath to the Irish Republican Brotherhood. The IRA was all over Ireland, killing English on towns or in the country, fighting a war much like our Revolutionary War. Arthur Griffith, who founded Sinn Féin and was president of Dáil Éireann, helped lead the IRA with Michael Collins, who led the secret attacks on the English occupants of Ireland, were both strong figures in Ireland's fight for freedom. In 1920, the English installed the Black and Tans, which was a group of World War I veterans to fight the IRA. This gave the English a boost, and they had many more victories against the IRA, and they killed many more civilians. But they did not know how many were left in the IRA, and eventually they had to introduce a treaty. In 1922, the IRA, which was on its last stand, sent Michael Collins and others to discuss this treaty, but they would soon be divided. After the treaty was instituted, Ireland split. The Irish were free, but still answered to the English crown, and Ulster was still part of England, starting a civil war. Michael Collins became leader of the pro-treaty Free Staters, stating that this was one step closer to complete freedom. But Eamon de Valera viewed differently, leading the anti-treaty IRA. Arthur Griffiths suffered a brain hemorrhage and died from the strain of the war. And a week later, in August 22nd, 1922, Michael Collins was killed in a trip to Cork, earlier saying, "They will never shoot me in my own country." Michael Collins was considered a hero and a terrorist, but he helped shape Ireland today. The pro-treaty IRA, surprisingly with help from England, won the war and arrested the members of the anti-treaty IRA. But this was not the end, for Ulster will become home to a never-ceasing dispute. Ulster, now known as Northern Ireland, is host to violence and murder. While the South turned from Free State to a republic, Ulster became Northern Ireland. The pro-treaty Irish-English were Protestant Unionists and wanted to stay as part of England, and the anti-treaty Irish were Catholic nationalists for a unified Ireland. Both sides committed horrible murders trying to gain control, and Northern Ireland became split between the two parties. Terrorism on the streets and throughout the towns had many tried to stop it, and in 1940s the peace was gained, but in 1960s violence flared up again, growing worse as new weapons were made. This dispute has been continuing until 2006, when a ceasefire was called on, a truce that both nationalist and unionist leaders agreed upon. Though fighting still happens, a negotiation of peace may come, but until then this conflict will hold on to Ireland and her people. To get a better understanding on the subject, you can rent Michael Collins and The Wind That Shakes the Barley, two great movies on this subject.